Hello and welcome to today's practice. My name is Liana and I will be guiding you through this 1 hour class with an emphasis on twisting. If you've got a hard floor or any knee sensitivity, you may want to find a blanket for this practice. And if you like to use blocks, you may find that there are some spaces in the practice where those would be helpful or appropriate to use. Please feel free to make any modifications to the practice that you need, taking time to rest your body. And I appreciate you joining me today for this practice. I hope that you enjoy. Let's begin laying comfortably on the mat. The knees can be bent or straight, whatever feels best for you. Taking a few moments here to find comfort, making any little adjustments that you need in your body, and then finding stillness, allowing the eyes to close or the gaze to soften. Once you've found stillness and comfort, bring the awareness into all the spaces where your body is in contact with the floor or the mat. Just start to soften into those spaces, feeling that support. And then we'll take one hand to the belly and one hand to the upper chest. Just starting to notice the flow of your breath. In and out through the nose if that's comfortable. Inviting space into the body with each inhale. And sinking and softening into your foundation with each exhale. With the next exhale, release the hands back down to the floor. And then we'll start to bring a little movement into the body, bending the knees, bringing the feet to the floor. And then when you're ready, guiding the knees in towards the chest, finding any gentle movement here that feels good. We're going to start to build some energy right off the bat, bringing the knees roughly right over the hips, legs bent at a 90-degree angle, arms come out like a letter T. Then we're just going to bring the knees from side to side. You can start this movement really tiny and then begin to make it bigger and bigger as the core muscles start to wake up, taking it only so far as is comfortable and workable for your body. You can start to align this movement with the breath, exhaling to center and inhaling to either side. Taking one or two more and then coming back to neutral and extending the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, reaching out through the heels even if the knees are bent. And exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Make your way over to one side. And we're going to come all the way up to tabletop position. So if you have a blanket, place that underneath the knees for support. And we'll take a few moments to set up that strong tabletop foundation. Setting up wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and then we'll start to flow into Chakravakasana, like cat and cow on the inhale, lifting the heart, dropping the belly. Exhale, rounding the spine. On the inhale, lifting the heart. This time, exhale as you round the spine, bring the hips all the way back to the heels. On the inhale again, pull yourself forward, lifting the heart, finding that extension. And on the exhale, rounding back. Flowing one more time with your breath. And then we'll meet in child's pose. Feel free to take the knees as wide as is comfortable here. Soften the shoulders, relax the hips, and notice your breath. With the next exhale, walk the hands over to the left, inviting a nice side body stretch into the right side. Reaching through the fingertips, softening the hips. With the next inhale, walk the hands through center and then exhale over to the other side. Now inviting that space into the left side body through the left shoulder as you soften the hips and find the breath. With the next inhale, start to walk your way back to that neutral child's pose. And then we'll start to energize the arms and inhale forward to tabletop. From here, we're going to take that right leg straight back. Option to take the left arm forward for a balance. And we'll flow here on the exhale, rounding elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, and then exhale, reach back for that foot as you bend the knee. Flowing 2 more times with the breath. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, reach back. Going at the pace of your breath. At the end of your third one, option to find that foot and create a bind. Grabbing onto the foot, pressing the foot into the hand. If you're not there yet, then simply stay in your extended posture. And on the next exhale, we'll release. Taking a child's pose here or gently swaying the hips from side to side in your tabletop if a little bit of movement suits you better to release. And then we'll come to the other side, extending the left leg back, reaching the right arm forward, and beginning that flow. Exhaling elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, and exhale to reach back. Feel free to go at your own pace. This is your practice. And then on the third time that you reach back, maybe take that bind, reaching for the foot, and then pressing the foot into the hand. With an inhale, release the bind, finding that extension, and exhale to release. Again, maybe taking a little movement or settling into a child's pose here. And eventually we'll make our way to downward dog. But if you need a little bit of a longer rest, then hang out in your child's pose or tabletop. If you're in downward dog, find some movement, bending one knee and then the other, or swaying the hips from side to side, and just noticing how the body feels here. Eventually, we'll settle into stillness in that downward dog, and then option to reach the right hand back for the left calf, creating a nice twist here as you look under the left armpit. Inhale to release. And exhale to take the other side. Left arm reaches back for the right calf. With the next inhale, start to release back into your downward dog. And then inhale, knees to the blanket or mat, and exhale, rest in child's pose. From child's pose, we're going to work our way into a variation of thread the needle. So starting to slide that right arm under the left armpit. You can see I've taken a variation here where I interlace the fingers and gently pull on the bottom arm. That is an option, but feel free to play around and find a variation that works best for you. On the next inhale, we'll release. And then exhale to the other side. Left arm slides under right armpit. Find your variation and settle into the breath. With the next inhale, gently release back to your neutral child's pose, energizing the arms. And then with the next inhale, pull yourself forward to tabletop. Take a moment to settle into the foundation of your tabletop. And then we're going to kind of do a side-to-side arc. So moving the hips to one side as you look over the shoulder towards your hips. And then bringing that movement to the other side. Inhaling through center and exhaling to either side, going at the pace of your breath. Coming back to neutral, curling the toes under, lifting the knees 2 or 3 inches off the mat, really hugging that low belly into the spine to build some energy in the body. Then on the next exhale, we'll start to send that tailbone up and back, working into another downward dog. Finding stillness here if that's available to you. With the next inhale, let's reach that right leg straight up and back. Then on the exhale, we're going to draw the knee in across the body towards the left elbow. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, use the core to pull that knee to your front elbow. Inhale, reach it back. One more time. Exhale, knee to elbow. This time, extending the leg, working into a fallen triangle, maybe lifting that left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse it back, reaching that leg up and back, and then finding downward dog, working into stillness once again. Making our way to the other side now, reaching that left leg up and back, and then exhale, rounding knee towards right elbow. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, round the spine, knee comes across the body. Inhale, reach it up and back. One more. Exhale, knee to elbow. This time extending the leg, finding the floor, and maybe reaching that right arm up. Exhale, bring that hand back down, reversing into 3-legged dog, and releasing that foot to the mat. Feel free to rest in your downward dog or find a brief child's pose if that serves you better. From wherever you are, we're going to start to make our way into a low lunge. Right foot comes forward. Back knee stays down on the blanket or mat. Set up that foundation. And then we're going to reach that right arm forward, up and around in a big arc, reaching it back towards the back leg and then sweeping it towards the floor. Circling 2 more times. Inhaling forward and up. Exhaling back and down. Reach it forward, up, back, and down. And then we're going to take that right hand to the floor, reaching the left arm up for an open twist. Breathe all that space into the body. Exhale, release. Making your way back to downward dog or child's pose, whichever serves you better. With the next inhale, we're going to take the left leg forward, finding that low lunge on the other side. Left arm reaches forward, up and back. Really find all that space through the shoulders as you flow. When you reach forward, really reach forward. And when you reach back, welcome space into the body. Reaching forward one more time. And then releasing that hand to the mat. Inhaling the right arm up into your open twist. And exhale to release that right hand to the mat, making your way back to downward dog or child's pose. Finding your breath, finding gentle movement if there is some that serves you. From wherever you are, start to make your way into a standing forward fold towards the front of your mat. Option to find ragdoll with hands on opposite elbows, letting the head hang heavy towards the floor. The knees can be as soft as you need them to be. With the next inhale, come up halfway, lengthening the spine. And exhale, fold. Keeping the knees soft, ground through the feet. Inhale, rise, sweeping the arms out and up. And exhale those hands to heart center. Taking a moment here to become acquainted with the soles of your feet on the floor, maybe closing the eyes or resting the gaze to the floor as you bring your awareness into the soles of your feet. Adjusting as needed so that the knees and hips are nicely supported. And then grounding down through those big toe mounds, pinky toe mounds, and the center of each heel. Once you find that perfect space of balance, we're going to begin to move into a twisting variation on our Tadasana. So inhale, lifting the heels and arms halfway. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, gentle twist as the heels come down. Inhale, heels and arms lift. Exhale, twist the other way as the heels come down. Inhale to center. And exhale, release all the way down, staying neutral. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale the arms halfway. Exhale here. Inhale, arms and heels lift. Exhale, heels lower as you twist. Inhale to rise. And exhale, heels lower as you twist in the other direction. Inhale to rise. And exhale, everything releases to neutral. Flowing through 1 more time on your breath cycle. And then before you come down one last time, we're going to hold in the up position for a few rounds of breath. Relaxing the shoulders, really pressing down through the toes and toe mounds. 1 more inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Arms and heels come down. With the next inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine, coming up halfway. And exhale, fold, bringing the hands to the floor or to blocks. We're going to step the right leg back for a lunge. Engaging the legs for a strong foundation. Inhale to lift the arms and upper body. Moving into a twisting flow here on the exhale, we're going to twist to the left. Inhale, rise as you lift that back heel. Exhale, twist as the heel sinks. Inhale, rise, lifting the arms. Exhale, twist, use the low belly. Inhale 1 more time to rise. And exhale, settle into your twist for a few rounds of breath. Connect with the soles of the feet, pressing down into the floor, reaching up through the crown of the head. The core is strong. With the next inhale, rise to your high crescent lunge. Exhale, frame the front foot and step back for a downward dog or settle into a child's pose for a few rounds of breath in a resting space. If you're in downward dog, you may want to take a few shoulder shrugs, pressing into the floor, bringing those shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhale, releasing the shoulders down the back. Just finding that connection there. From wherever you are, make your way into a standing forward fold on the next inhale. Coming up halfway, lengthening the spine. Exhale to fold, bringing the hands to the floor or blocks. This time, the left foot is stepping back to find that lunge as you inhale to rise. Settling into a strong foundation through the soles of the feet and the legs. And then on the next exhale, finding that twist to the right as the arms open. Inhale, rise, lifting that back heel. Exhale, twist from the low belly. Inhale, rise, find length. Exhale, twist, draw that navel in towards the spine. One more inhale to rise. And then exhale, find that twist, settle into the breath here. Maintaining that strength through your foundation, reaching up through the crown of the head. With the next inhale, we'll come back to neutral. And then exhale, frame that front foot, making your way back to downward dog. Taking a few moments of resting breath here. You can always choose child's pose instead if that serves you better. If you're in downward dog, really press through the feet and hands. Reach up through the tailbone, gently drawing the navel in towards the spine. On the next inhale, release the knees to the mat. And then we're going to walk those hands forward, softening the heart towards the floor for puppy pose. You can always adjust how close the hands are to one another to find a space in your shoulders that is comfortable. And you can always adjust where your hips are. They don't have to stay directly over the knees. So make the adjustments that you need and then settle into your breath. As you rest here in your puppy pose, gently release tension from the body, relaxing the shoulders, softening the heart towards the floor, and just notice how everything feels. When you're ready, start to gently make your way back into child's pose. If you have a lot of sensation in the shoulders, you may decide to wrap the arms around by your sides, letting the shoulders melt towards the floor. On the next inhale, start to energize the arms. And then when you're ready, coming through tabletop and into your downward dog. Just noticing here how the body feels. Noticing any sensations that arise. And then on the next inhale, make your way into that standing forward fold. Once again, maybe choosing a ragdoll, maybe a gentle sway from side to side. Noticing the area of the lower back. Let the head be heavy. On the next inhale, rise halfway, lengthening the spine. And on the exhale, settle back into your forward fold. Inhale, ground down through the feet and rise to standing. And exhale, let those hands come back to heart center. And we're going to take a quarter turn on the mat to face the long edge. Once there, stepping the feet apart, finding a wide stance. Take a moment to ground those feet. Toes are turned out slightly. And then bringing hands to hips. On the inhale, draw those elbows towards one another as you lift the heart. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the heart, finding that gentle back bend. Inhale, release. And one more. Inhale, lift the heart. And then with the next exhale, we're going to find a forward fold here. Bringing the hands to the floor or blocks. So we're going to start to move towards a Skandasana flow. Feel free to stay at any one of these variations that you prefer. We'll start just by bending one knee and then the other, keeping the soles of both feet on the floor. You may find a nice stretch along the inner thigh of whichever leg is straight. And when you're ready, if you'd like to drop the hips, letting the extended leg foot come up off the floor, coming into a full Skandasana pose. You can work there, keeping the hands on the floor or bringing the palms to touch one another as you continue to flow, bringing more intensity into the inner thighs. And then maybe on your next one, you decide to take it into an open twist, extending the arms, making your way to the other side to find that same open twist if you'd like. And then we're going to come through one more time at each side. So moving back over. And then this time, option to open the arms, or maybe the palms turn back and you reach for a bind, inviting space through the shoulders. One more time, coming over to the other side, option to find that bind, or maybe you're still at the first version, which is totally fine. Work with your body. When you're ready, we're just going to make our way back into that wide-legged forward fold, finding some stillness here. If you need a little bit of movement, on the next inhale, come up halfway, lengthening the spine. And then exhale, soften back into your forward fold. We'll do that a couple more times with the breath, inhaling for length and space, and exhaling to fold. Just noticing how the hips respond. Next time you rise halfway, bring the hands to the hips. Use the core to rise all the way up. And then we'll heel toe those feet together, coming back to a neutral stance. And taking a moment to close the eyes or soften the gaze. And just notice any sensations in the body. With the next inhale, reach those arms out and up, lifting the heart, maybe lifting the gaze. And exhale, find that forward fold. Knees are soft. We're going to bend the knees as much as you need to scoop the big toes with your two first fingers and your thumb, hugging the chest towards the knees as you bend those elbows out to either side. Find the breath here. We're looking to lengthen through the back so the knees can bend as much as you need to start to find that space in the back body. On the next inhale, release, finding length, coming up halfway. Exhale, fold. And inhale to rise all the way to standing. Hands come to heart center. We're going to revisit a flow from earlier from our high lunge. So coming to the top of your mat, step that right foot back and then inhale to lift the arms. Finding that foundation and then flowing with the breath, twisting to the left. Inhale, rise. Exhale, use the low belly to twist. Inhale, rise. One more flow, exhaling into your twist. Inhaling to rise. And then on this next one, we're going to hold, finding that twist, engaging the core, finding length in the spine. Option to take the palms together, hooking that right elbow on the outside of the left knee, pressing the palms into one another, or flying the arms open like wings as you breathe space into the upper back, across the collarbones and through the shoulders. Exhale back to neutral. We'll frame that front foot with the hands and step the back foot forward for a relaxed standing forward fold, finding any gentle movements here that feel good to you. Inhale, coming up halfway, find length in the spine. And exhale to fold. Knees are soft. Inhale to rise to standing. And exhale those hands to heart center. We will set up for the other side. Sending that left foot back. Finding the foundation of your lunge. Inhaling to reach the arms up. And then exhaling into your twist. Coming from the core. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist. Inhale, rise. Exhaling to twist. One more on your breath cycle. And we'll meet in that twist with the arms open. Or you may want to take the option bringing the palms of the hands together and finding that elbow hooked on the outside of the right knee. Invite space into the upper back, into the shoulders, and then maybe fly the arms open, breathing into that space, pressing down through the soles of the feet, lengthening through the crown of the head. Inhale to rise. Exhale, framing that front foot. And step the back foot forward, relaxing for a breath or two in your standing forward fold. Option here to slide the hands underneath the feet, bringing the toes right up to the wrist creases. Again, bend the knees as much as you need to. And then maybe you gently sway the weight forward and back, massaging the palms of the hands and the wrists with your feet. With the next inhale, if the palms are under the feet, release them, rising halfway, lengthening the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, ground down to rise, reaching the arms out and up, lift the heart. And exhale those hands to heart center. Pausing for a moment with your breath, noticing your foundation. And then we're going to start to move into a balancing pose. So find your connection with your feet. Grounding down through the sole of the left foot. Hug the right knee up and in towards the chest. Option to stay here or open that knee out to the side. Maybe the left arm expands out to the side as well. Find the breath. And then we're going to take this into a twist, switching so that the knee is coming across the body. Maybe now that right arm extends. Maybe you reach for the foot to extend the leg. Take any variations here that serve you. And then we'll slowly and mindfully release that foot back to the mat. Taking a moment again to reconnect to your foundation. And then we'll start to bring that weight over into the right foot as we hug the left knee in towards the chest. Maybe you take that knee out to the side. Maybe that right arm lifts. Maybe the gaze moves. And then maybe you start to transition into that twist, bringing the knee across the body. Maybe reaching down for the toe or the foot to lengthen that left leg. Wherever you are, find the breath, find your connection into your foundation. And slowly and mindfully release. Maybe take a gentle sway from side to side here, or just close the eyes, notice the breath. Notice sensations in the body. With the next inhale, reach those arms out and up. And exhale, find that forward fold. With an inhale, come up halfway, lengthening the spine. And then exhale, bring the hands to the mat and make your way into a plank pose. You can always modify, bringing the knees to the mat. Taking a breath here, find that strength. And then in any way that you need to, come down all the way to your belly on the mat. Taking a moment here to rest. In a moment, we're going to move through a locust variation flow. At any point, if you start to feel too much intensity in the lower back, just rest. So bringing the forehead to the mat, arms by your sides. On the next inhale, lift the right leg and the left arm. Exhale, release. Engaging the core, lift the left leg and right arm. Exhale, release. With the next inhale, left arm, right leg, and the head and chest rise. Exhale, lower. Other side, left leg, right arm, head and chest rise. Exhale to release. Building this flow a little more. Inhale as you rise, that left arm circles forward. Exhale, back and release. Inhale, left leg, right arm reaches up by the ear. And exhale, bring it all the way back down. One more. Inhale, rise. Everything lifts. Find as much length in the spine as you can. Keeping length in the back of the neck. Low belly is drawing in towards the spine. One more full inhale here. And exhale, release to the mat, turning the head to one side, or finding a comfortable space to let the eyes close. Notice the breath, and allow everything in the body to soften and relax. And if it's comfortable for the neck and you've got the head turned one way, turn it the other way. And just start to notice the breath flowing in and out of the body, creating space in the upper back. And bringing the hands forward under the shoulders, draw the low belly into the spine and make your way back into tabletop, grabbing that blanket to support the knees if you'd like. We're going to start to make our way back into that Chakravakasana flow, similar to cat-cow, but we add a child's pose in there. So on the inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, rounding the spine, hips sink back towards the heels. The inhale pulls you forward into that gentle extension. And the exhale, you press the earth away, rounding the spine, hips to heels. Flowing through one or two more times with your breath cycle. Next time you find tabletop, pause there, and we're going to come back into a low lunge, bringing the left foot forward to start. And then we're going to take a really gentle flow, bringing the hands onto blocks or to the floor. Inhale, extend the spine, lift the heart, and exhale, round the back. So it's just like cat-cow, but from your low lunge. Exhaling to round, inhaling to extend on your breath cycle. Next time the heart lifts, we're going to pause there, taking the hands to the top of the knee and lifting the upper body. Find the breath here. And then we're going to reach that left arm forward and back. Option to stay here or reach for the foot if it's in your practice. Staying lifted here, or maybe that right hand comes to the floor and you take this a little deeper into a back bend. Find your expression, and then when you're ready, release, making your way back either to tabletop, child's pose, or downward dog, wherever you need to be to find release and relaxation. If you're in downward dog, you may gently swing the hips from side to side. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back through tabletop and into that low lunge with the right foot forward this time. So again, finding the floor or your blocks with your hands, and then moving into that cat-cow-like flow here. Using the inhale to lift the heart, dropping the hips towards the floor, and exhaling to engage the core and round the spine. On your next inhale, pausing with the heart lifted, spine extended, and then option to take the hands to the top of the knee, lifting. Then we're going to reach that right arm forward, find that space, and then arc it up and back, maybe finding the bind with your foot, maybe staying here or reaching that left arm back to soften and sink into this back bend. When you're ready, use an exhale to gently make your way back out of this pose, working once again into either tabletop, child's pose, or downward dog, wherever you need to be to reconnect to your breath and take some time to notice any sensations in the body. Find gentle movement in your downward dog if you'd like. I chose to take just a gentle bend in the knees and then extending through the heels. When you're ready, taking the knees down to the mat and finding a comfortable seat, either kneeling or cross-legged. Closing the eyes for a moment, gently scanning through the body and noticing any information that your body has for you at this time. We're going to make our way into one more core-focused flow. If you're done with all that, just make your way onto your back and hug the knees in. If you'd like to take this gentle core flow with me, bring yourself into a bound angle, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, and then exhale into a forward fold. We're going to inhale our way up, help the knees together, and find your variation of boat pose. Inhale the feet to the floor, and exhale, find that bound angle forward fold. One more time through, inhaling up into your variation of boat pose. Exhaling down into your bound angle forward fold. And then one more time, rising into boat pose. This time, we're going to challenge ourselves to slowly lower all the way down to the mat, keeping the core strong. Once there, take a nice deep breath, relax the body, and then guide the knees in towards the chest, noticing the area of the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. When you're ready, bring the feet to the floor, scooch the hips an inch or two to the right, and then let those knees come over to the left for a reclined twist. You can always place your blanket between or underneath the knees if you need some support here. And then take a moment to close the eyes or soften the gaze. With each exhale, beginning to release tension from the body, softening the shoulder blades down into the mat, relaxing the jaw and the space between the eyebrows, releasing tension from the hips, the legs, the ankles, and the feet. Taking the time to just be here, letting go of your practice, letting go of the effort that you put in, of the work that you did. Taking time to simply enjoy your present experience, whatever that may be. With the next exhale, begin to guide those knees back in towards the chest. We'll take the floor to the feet, adjusting the hips to the left this time, and letting the knees come over to the right, finding your twist. Finding any supports that you may need on this side, and then starting to scan through the body, letting go of tension, releasing anything that is not serving you in this moment, and allowing yourself to soften and melt into this pose. With the next exhale, beginning to guide those knees back in towards the chest, adjusting the hips as needed, and then finding some gentle movement here. When you're ready, we're going to start to move into another yin-like pose, taking the feet towards the front left corner of the mat and reaching the arms up towards the top right so that the body is a nice arc. You can feel free to cross one ankle over the other. Try both sides and see which one serves you. You can always move the arms if they start to fall asleep or become tingly or painful. And then once you find your variation of this pose, soften the gaze, relax into the breath, and just start to scan once again through the body, releasing tension, relaxing muscles, and allowing yourself to just be here. Slowly and gently begin to release the arms, bending the knees and hugging them in towards the chest, noticing any sensations in the body before starting to work your way over to the other side, adjusting those feet towards the front right corner of the mat, and maybe the arms reach up towards the top right, finding that nice gentle arc in the body, deciding whether you'd like to cross one ankle over the other, and then starting to do the work of relaxation, letting go of tensions in the body, releasing whatever you do not need right now. And slowly begin to make your way out of this pose, relaxing the arms, guiding the knees in towards the chest, and finding some stillness or maybe a gentle rock from side to side, massaging the back on the mat. When you're ready, bring the hands to the knees. On the exhale, hugging the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, straightening the arms, guiding the knees away. Just gently creating this movement with the flow of your breath. When you're ready, take your time making your way into your Shavasana. Maybe rolling up that blanket and placing it behind the thighs or the knees. Maybe finding a pillow or a blanket to cover up with. Take your time to make any small adjustments that you need to make to find total comfort here. And then allow the eyes to close or the gaze to soften. Becoming aware of all the spaces where your body is in contact with a prop or with the floor. And then using each exhale to release, letting go of anything that is not serving you in this moment. Allowing yourself to just be here for the next few minutes. Begin to guide your awareness back into the flow of your breath, gently deepening those inhales and exhales. Begin to invite gentle movement into the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. Maybe reaching those arms up overhead for a nice long full-bodied stretch before guiding the knees in towards the chest, making your way into a fetal position on one side. And then when you're ready, guiding your way up to a comfortable seated position, allowing the eyes to close or the gaze to soften once you arrive. Take a moment here just to notice the body, notice the breath, notice the mind. I thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.